lyrics are so autobiographical. It sounds so much like Betty's life, especially, that line where she sings, "We're gonna make a film about a girl that's sad and lonely." This is from Act Naturally.
There's another song out there that people can find, Someday You'll Need My Love. And in that song, Betty sings, "One day you'll look around and I won't be there." And when you find a Betty Willis record, it's a single with, one A side and one B side, not a full LP, not a full record. A lot of times when you find one of her albums, it'll say DJ copy or advanced copy, showing that it was a promotional copy handed out to radio stations.
Doorway of a fabric store in a strip mall in Santa Ana, California, because that is where she apparently felt safe, because there were also cameras there. At 4:30 in the morning, a woman who lived nearby stood out to have a cigarette, heard some commotion, some screaming, calls 911. This to me is the most incredible part of this case. So as the officers pull up, the alleged attacker, killer, was making a run for it, literally with his pants down, and he was arrested.
I guess that old saying is true, never judge a book by its cover, because this is a woman that could have had a very successful singing career, but because of her timing and maybe she didn't have the right management or so on and so forth, that we missed this beautiful voice right here. And it made her make some choices in her life that were good for her as a mother and a woman. She never married, and then again, some other choices was because it was some unsettled issues that she had that she didn't deal with as a person. And this lost, beautiful voice and soul singer came to a very traumatic ending in her life after she chose some different routes to go in her life after her singing career didn't take off. Listen to this.
Maybe $50 to cut the song, maybe less sometimes. She'd cut the song and would never see, anything more of that money, which is, kind of blows our mind today.
Now this was back in the 60s, and you see how they are doing our young community now when it comes to this music industry. I feel so bad because there were so many things that went wrong at the end of her life, that if she could have really got a better start in her career, who knows, things would have went totally different.
Arrested was 22-year-old Rosendo Peck, a recent immigrant from Guatemala. Surveillance video of the attack, in addition to what the police officers saw as they arrived on the scene.
The owner of this business in Orange County, California, and she basically said, "Look, I'd like to sleep here, and here's why." Got the cameras, and she pointed out the lights. She released a handful of singles, had some minor success, but it wasn't going anywhere. It just wasn't, it wasn't registering. Having a long and quiet career as a postal worker in Santa Ana.
That's incredible to me.
Stephanie, some of us are lucky, some of us are blessed, some of us have good things happening. Other people run into hard time and again. I think with Betty, she was just fed up, There
was any additional issues with either mental illness or any form of addiction?
I think that both of those came into play from time to time. I'm trying to get an attorney to try and figure out, what her rights were in terms of this song or that song, because keep in mind, even though you may not know the name Betty Willis, there's still compilation CDs, especially in Europe and in the UK, even here in the United States, these box sets of, titles like Soul Divas or the 100 Best or 100 Lost Soul Songs.
Was an elderly homeless woman, but that woman, who remained nameless to so many who walked by her or drove by her, was actually a soul singer from the 60s who recorded records in Hollywood with some very famous people. Her name was Betty Jane Willis, and at the age of 76, she was sexually assaulted and killed on New Year's Day of 2018. Though her alleged killer was caught practically in the act by police and arrested, this case has not yet gone to trial.
As they say, for the first week of January 2023.
Okay.
Yep, and so we'll stay tuned to that.